2023, something happened at Le Mans that no one ever expected. For the first time in a century of endurance racing, a NASCAR took to the legendary Circuit de la Sarthe. This car wasn't just built to blend in, it was built to challenge expectations. This was the Garage 56 entry, a purpose-built Chevrolet Camaro that blended NASCAR muscle with endurance racing innovation. Powered by thunderous V8 and engineered to survive 24 hours of non-stop racing, it represented a bold experiment. What happens when American stock car racing meets the world's most demanding motorsport stage? Driven by racing legends Jimmie Johnson, Jenson Button and Mike Rockenfeller, the Garage 56 Camaro wasn't chasing class wins or trophies, it was chasing something bigger, providing that NASCAR technology could endure the ultimate test of speed, reliability and teamwork. And when the green flag dropped at Le Mans, the world found out this wasn't just a novelty. The recent update to AMS2 brings some great NASCAR content, including their recreation of the Garage 56 Camaro. So let's get on track and see what this V8 beast is really made of.
Okay Dave, are you ready?
So here we go. Join me now. Joining this riser adaptation of the Camaro 51, Garage 51 entrance.
Green, let's go.
As we will be in our own little class as the car was itself for 2023 Le Mans. So we will just spend a couple of laps just trying to get a feel for how this car is feeling. So we have a little lock up and he gives me no room, the vet there. We have got a hell of a lot more straight line speed on these GTE cars, so we can afford to take our time. Try and get some heat up into these tyres as the car is washing out a fair bit. It is a massive handful, this car, as we are running wide left, right and centre, but we will have a hell of a lot more of an advantage on the straight. This V8 monster gets all the way up to just shy of 200 mile an hour. There's all the cards spread out ahead, fan out trying to find their little spots into the braking zone, into the Daytona chicane for the first time.
Car left.
Because you have to be so patient on the accelerator. This car does have TC, but in fact I will turn it up to 7, as I really do struggle to get the power down.
Car right. Clear right.
We're running 60 times time progression here, just to get a little feel for like a mini endurance race. As we lock up a little bit, being quite careful. Car's really prone for the back end to snap out on you on exit corners. Of course, the real Garage 56 Camaro
On your left.
lasting for the whole race, but they did have to change a gearbox, which is against Le Mans rules, but it was allowed to be done and they were allowed to continue. As a massive lock up in front
Clear left.
gets us backed up a little bit. Managed to come out of it without any sort of damage. As the sun's starting to set already, we're going to flick our lights on. Just going to have to wait. Big puff of smoke up ahead as we go flying through it at 180 mile an hour. Taking our time into these corners.
Yellow flag.
As there's BMW off ahead, it's going to distract me a fair bit. We managed to get the car stopped and the BMW did not rejoin there. I thought he was going to for a bit. As we do lose a bit of time to the GTEs through the corners. huge power of that huge American V8 really coming into play as we get to the straights. You have to really weigh on the power to make the most of this Gen 3 LM car in Automobilista 2. As it really is a lumbering beast through these twisty bits as we run wide a little bit there. Night already setting in here as the sky looks beautiful. I don't think AMS2 ever ceases to impress me with its beautiful graphics. I don't think any sim sets the tone quite like AMS2. Other sims definitely have better handling physics and force feedback and tyre models, but I keep finding myself, as we run a little bit wide here, we're going to have to rejoin. Really struggling the braking zone with this car as the tyres are only just about getting up to temp. Only 10 minutes left now. There's a lap of, as we are being pushed from behind from a BMW. As the Aston Martin gets a little bit squirrely in front, we are starting to struggle now. Thought he would look out on the inside. This is where we'll be able to break away a little bit more now on the straight.
10 minutes.
Haven't had a chance to drive the other cars in this pack this week yet, as it has been round Christmas time.
Car left.
So we're going to get boxed in here from
Still
the
there. Clear left.
Aston up ahead. Take our time until the next, after the Daytona chicane here. It's the car just wanting to spit you off the track, the exit of every single traction zone. Razor got the sound of this car absolutely spot on. So we're gaining and gaining and gaining all the way up to 190 mile an hour, once getting blocked in behind these 4 GT cars. Who are 4 wide. Oh, they've had a little bit of a contact as we go right into the back
Double yellows.
of the Aston Martin there. Don't know how we came out of that without
Forget about that. It'll probably just polish out.
major damage. Huge mistake up ahead there. It's going to cost us a little bit of damage on our front,
Clear
but
left.
I'm sure it'll be fine to continue. It's going to brake nice and early. Don't want to get the braking zone mixed up here,
Right side.
as he will shoot it up the inside. He's hit
Clear
me,
right.
but I'm okay. I'm okay as I managed to straighten the car out. Just about. Can imagine how much of a handful this car was in real life. There's a great interview online with Jenson Button who talks just about how much racing is more about fun sometimes than just outright competitiveness. So this Camaro being a lot of fun to drive around. This iconic track, just they all do talk about just how difficult it was to just keep it in a straight line. As we are well and truly into the night here. As you have to tiptoe around these sweeping corners. This is the complete and utter stock default setup here. I'm sure you could improve some of the turning and that understeer if you played with the setup a little bit. We just wanted to jump on and relive a little bit of that 23 madness. As the car's not actually too bad over the curbs here. Really is just the traction out of corners we do struggle with as we come up through Dunlop. As we have probably got the hypercars coming up on us now. LMDH is in this sim. There are some in this class and the LMP2s. I don't think the LMP2s will gain enough time, as we're going to run a little bit wide here. As we've got this Aston all up in our mirrors, too busy looking behind.
We've got double yellow, hold your line. Clear right.
As there's been a huge crash up ahead, we just about fight through. Another huge mistake by the AI here.
Behind, they're racing for position.
As we slide past loads on the outside, only 5 minutes to go, we've managed to make a huge amount of positions up there. Once again, bouncing our way down the Mulsanne straight, looking out for just before that 200 metre board,
it's now 16
all the way down into second. That AMS2 slidiness is a little bit prevalent in this car.
Behind you, they're racing
But
for position.
no sim quite does this the same as AMS2, as we're in the dark now. As we can see yellows up ahead coming into the Michelin chicane.
Clear right. On your right, clear right. Come on down, just 5 minutes left. Hold your nerves.
We've only got 5 minutes left. I'm not sure we're going to see daylight again. Just struggling to see my braking zone in the dark. I do think they've modelled this car quite well, considering the data would have been reasonably limited, as there was only a couple of these made and only one ever raced at Le Mans. Certainly is a lot of fun trying to fight our way through this GTE pack. Of course, there's the full on board of this car if you'd want to see on YouTube. We're going to brake really early here, just let this Corvette swing back through, because I think this is the best position we're going to be fighting for now, really come towards the end of this race, if not holding off the cars behind. Glorious sound coming from this V8.
Their temps falling. It's now 9 Celsius.
Once again, the outright and out speed on the straights is such a primary characteristic of this vehicle. Even with all that aero package they put on the car, it still struggles a little bit through the twisties, but very fun to drive. This car being fitted with custom carbon brakes and a lot of other custom components like the tyres, as after a bit of practice they realised the car would not last, would end up doing almost twice the amount of pit stops as the GT3 cars around it. Really was a project of love and innovation. This car just seemed what you could do with the tools you were provided with a modern NASCAR.
Still there. Right,
we're going to have to wait here as we get pushed very wide here.
Still there.
We are going to gain back on them again as we're side by side, but as we know, we've got so much more power down the straights now. As the Corvette pulls out a little bit there, bit of a dodgy move on the straight. believe this will be our last lap now. We've only 1 minute 35 remaining in the race. Waiting for our marker.
It's now 11 Celsius.
Brake nice and early again. As that AMS2 slidiness is definitely prevalent in this new car. I'm looking forward to trying out some of the other NASCARs in this pack, as it's such a gap in my motorsport knowledge. I know little to nothing about NASCAR, so very interesting reading up on some of the cars in this sim. They've got 80s and 90s and even modern interpretations of NASCAR, so something cool for you to get your teeth into. Also, another part I've been thinking to try out recently, I've only done a couple of laps on it, is the Nordschleife tourist layout. Once again, I know nothing about the Nordschleife. I'm going to find it quite interesting trying to learn that track. Gives me a good reason to, as the sunlight is well and truly here now on this last lap. We'll turn our lights off as we're going to battle this Corvette now. Don't want to outbrake ourselves though. Need to be very careful being the last lap. This car impressing a lot of people at the 23 Le Mans, showing that it wasn't just a car designed for ovals, no matter how heavily altered it was for Le Mans. Did make it the whole way, which is impressive in itself. Le Mans being more about attrition than just simple speed, of course. So we are going to shove it up the outside of the Corvette. Can we hold on to this position now?
There's a faster car behind. We're racing for position, so there'll be no right side.
So we go a little bit wide. We're not going to give up this spot now. So he's going to go round the outside as I get a little bit scared. As the car just wanting to creep out on you, got to be so careful as we are a little bit wide now. I definitely think this has been a great addition to the AMS2 roster. I find myself driving a little bit more, maybe a bit of a longer race.
These guys are scrapping for position.
But it has been very fun, very impressive, extremely immersive. What a drive.
That's the best lap in your class.
So we have got one more lap here. That engine really does sound impeccable. It's extremely well modelled. I think Razor have done a great job of this car, as we should gain on the Vet once again on the straight. The Mulsanne being such an iconic part of Le Mans, even with the newer chicanes fitted.
On your left, clear left.
We go zooming round at 190 mile an hour. Looking out for the 200 braking zone as we get it stopped. Just about miss our entrance, but managed to scoop it up for the exit there. So I definitely think a more experienced sim racer than me could get this car fine-tuned to the point where it could definitely be competitive with some of the other GT3 and GT cars of its class. As we lock up a little bit, going into the Michelin chicane, we're going to end up going a bit wide. Once again, try and gather it up for the exit. brake nice and early on this last corner. This car extremely hard to get stopped. Of course, people that were at Le Mans 24 Hour in 2023, all remembering the one car that kept them up all night was this screaming V8 NASCAR going around the track. It's definitely a memorable moment for a lot of attendees. As the noises really are immersive. As we get a little bit crossed up there, coming out of that 90-degree bend. As we go through the final complex for the last time, this car really has been fun. As you just have to wait on that power as you get spat out with understeer and then almost flick round with the oversteer, as we are just taking our time through this final complex. As we go through the double chicane for the last time. This has been a lot of fun, and I look forward to trying some of the other content. Great addition by Razor.